Well, would you look at the time? Would you look at the day? That's right, your eyes do not deceive you. It is, once again, another episode of Fabster Live, coming at you on a Mezco Mondays. As always, it's Fabio. What's going on, you guys? Good to have you here once again. It is going to be an episode. It's going to be an episode, where there's really not a lot to talk about in terms of new stuff, reveals. There's no speculation, there's no data mining, there's no crazy secrets that we have been uncovering. It is all just clerical work, just a bunch of clerical work, some logistics, some shipping and logistics, stuff that we want to talk about. But that's why I decided, why not make the running theme of the show is a viewer appreciation episode. Of course, I show my appreciation, or at least try to, in most every episode here, but today, especially more than any, I would like to show my appreciation back to you guys, the viewers, and give the topics to you. In lieu of not that many actual topics, why not just give it to you guys? And if you have any comments, if you have any questions that I may not have gotten to on previous streams, because just the way that the stream goes, if there's any topics that you want me to address that maybe I haven't talked about here, this is the episode to do that. So whether you're, if you're watching this live, you're really in the position of power here. You are controlling the flow of the show yourself. So I'm very excited for you all to join me here. The regulars are all here, so I know it's going to be a good one for sure. Even Trevor, who's in the chat, excited for some shipping updates. We're going to get there, man. We for sure will get there. As I said, it's going to be a lot of clerical work, logistics that we're going to get through. Excited for everyone who is also excited to get into that, because lots of people are getting charged for the Black Skull, starting to get their Moss Squatch in hand. People got the Red Death, including myself, last week. So we're going to update all of that. I'll show you the updated calendar graphics that I worked on, unless you want to go look through a whole Facebook post for it. I got it all in one place, right? With two places, I guess. So stay tuned for that. We'll get to that in just a moment. Once again, if you are just joining us, I am stalling so we can get the chat filling up here. I see everybody joining. Thank you all so much for doing so. Once again, it's a viewer appreciation episode. So I'm going to get to all your questions, all your comments, all of the topics that you may want me to address here on the show, Mezco and other third-party 112 soft goods related. I'm not here to talk about any of the latest Hasbro reveals or anything like that. Stuff that is within my purview, of course, that you feel that you will get from me here. Of course, the number one way for me to make that comment or question or concern a priority is to go ahead and super chat it in, which is so appreciated. As always, that will be number one on the priority list, but I will try my best to get to everybody. Whoever has a topic that they may want to throw into the mix here, we will get into that for sure. But as always, it's Mezco Mondays. So what do we do if not talk about the Mezco Mondays winner, right? We have on social media every Monday, Mezco puts up a Mezco Mondays winner, random draw based on who's using the hashtag during this week. And this week it went to Mogan01 Customs with a little beachfront, looks like a Corona commercial, right? With Hawk P40 and with a little gold grub. He met the criteria. He entered the draw. He won. He's got his choice of a 112 Arsenal, 112 Gambit, or 112 Deadpool. From that list, honestly, I think Arsenal might be the pick there. I think Arsenal might be probably the rarest one of the three listed as prizes there. So if I had my pick, I think I would go with an Arsenal on that one. But either way, that's a great prize. Fun, creative pick. Capturing the last rays of the summer there. I think this is like a monitor shot or something. You see a little, reflection right there from whatever light source he's using back there. But either way, looking really good. Congratulations to you, Mogan01 Customs. If you're a viewer, hey, come here and chat and comment, and we'll know it's you, and we'll congratulate you. And hopefully that picking a 112 Arsenal is probably the move here, because of, that's like year 2 112 collected, maybe year 3. So yeah, pretty rare at this point. Often goes for more than Green Arrow, just because of people tearing apart so many Arsenals for Red Hood Customs and Robin Customs and whatnot. So not that many of them floating out there, and if you can find them, usually pretty expensive. So yeah, definitely pick that Arsenal if you get a chance. But if you're not listening to me, then it doesn't matter. All right, congratulations once again. And then there was another couple of contests. I know we're talking about Mezco Monday winner specifically, but they did do a couple of other giveaways randomly on social media this weekend. So I do want to get into one of the winners. They did one on Instagram, which I entered. Didn't win, but there was like 2,000 comments or something, 6,000 comments, who knows. But yeah, winning a Crimson Dragon Gomez. That would be a pretty hot prize. Whoever the random commenter who won this was, congratulations. We don't know who it is, but they did do another giveaway on Twitter, which I completely missed. It's just a simple retweet and follow sort of contest. One retweeter chosen at random to win this Gotham by Gaslight Joker, which obviously everyone already has in hand, but having a second one would have been a nice prize anyway. That's a fun little custom, especially with some of the accessories from Red Death, Doc Nocturnal, the mix in there. Looks really good. However, the winner is somebody that we know, somebody, a friend of the ACBA podcast, none other than Prime Arcade's creator himself, Prime to the First. So congratulations to Prime to the First. Yeah, everybody knows him on Instagram for making these arcade machines. So congrats to him for walking away with this Gotham by Gaslight, starting his week by winning a Joker free from Mezco. Really cool, just for retweeting. And I missed this one completely. This might have been even better chances to win over that Instagram one. But either way, yeah, congrats to Prime, man. I think, have I been, I feel like I talked to him on either the ACBA podcast or maybe on Toying Around. Either way, friend of the show, so congrats to him. Now, cool. We got our winners out of the way. We celebrated all the winners. But everybody obviously is here for these delicious shipping updates. Who loves nothing more if not a shipping manifest updated before your eyes? Lots of new stuff has been added to the calendar since the last time we had the shipping calendar thing, which I think was like end of August was when we last talked about it. I bring it up here and there, but as far as a full-on episode dedicated to it, I think that was back in August. So giving you the since then 2 months update, there's been some new things added that we basically already have in hand, but I'm trying to stick to basically pre-orders on it. So we're going to start with the end of this year. Got a lot of stuff still coming, but as you can see, I did update and add the new things that have gone up since the last calendar update, and then the ones that are processing and shipped as of this week. So Mosquatch, everybody has it in hand. I mean, I guess really going in order, Doc Nocturnal Red Death, even though that was kind of in that August to September window, kind of in the middle there, he ended up shipping out already, so we have him in hand. He looks great. I have him. I love him. I'm waiting for the Toying Around episode to like really dig into there. I have him. I inspected him. I know he's cool, but I'll be doing the unboxing on the aforementioned unboxing Thursdays. So that'll be cool. Can't wait to chat with Kevin. I don't know if it's been officially announced yet, but basically next week. We'll see. So yes, we have Red Death Doc Nocturnal in hand. And then as of, I think, late last week, and then obviously now into this week, Mosquatch is starting to show up into people's hands. Mine was scheduled, I think, for Friday. It got delayed. I thought it was going to show up Saturday maybe, but looks like it'll be here tomorrow or Wednesday. Just random delay. No actual reason. Just, hey, it's delayed. Just wanted to let you know. We don't know when it's going to arrive, but it is delayed. Cool. So I'll just probably set it for in-store pickup just so I don't sit around waiting for it all day. And then the big news, of course, Conan. Conan is finally processing. So he is not, I don't think, shipped out yet. He may start shipping out this week. I don't think anyone actually has him in hand yet. But the big news, everybody's excited because for so long, Conan, I think it's been almost a year and a half since we got the pre-order on him. He is finally, people can stop using him as the straw man argument for why they should stop doing all this Rumble Society stuff. How dare we get 2 more Mosquatches and more skulls and a 3rd Gomez while we're still waiting for this Conan. Finally, you can't really use that as an argument anymore. Michael Keaton Batman, though, I think, yeah, you still got me on that one. There's no rebuttal there. However, he is still, as of this shipping update we're giving right now, still in this August to October window. He did not move back. He did not get delayed. He is standing firm in this shipping window. So hopefully once Conan finishes processing and shipping out, maybe they're coming from the same factory or the same manufacturer, and they'll be shipping out, right after Conan finishes. And then we'll get Michael Keaton Batman. So that's why it kind of makes sense that we're getting Mosquatch and everything else first, because we know for a fact that those come from their own separate factories than the licensed and, the DC and everything else that's not Rumble Society. That all comes from its own factory, so they can keep a steady flow of production going and get, 2-3 releases now out pretty quickly. Now that Doc Nocturnal Red Death is finished, Mosquatch is next, and then once Mosquatch finishes, we'll get the Black Skull's Death Brigade, Wave 2, essentially. So I originally had a pre-order for an extra 2 just because I wanted to fill out the case, but I ended up canceling just after the last shipping update just because so much stuff got moved into the same window. I figured it's probably okay to let go 2 more Black Skulls in favor of some of the other stuff we got going here. So looking really, really good as far as the timing that they've got here. If everything holds, if everything goes as planned, if there's not another like 8 boats waiting, off the coast of Los Angeles, waiting to dock for another 2 months, then hopefully this stuff will be in our hands pretty quickly. Dog Nocturnal and Mosquatch both shipped out of Fife, Washington for me, so that's why I'm kind of getting them pretty quickly compared to some other people, especially from the East Coast. I didn't put it in here because it's not an actual figure, but I also got my shipping notification this morning for the Rumble Society shirt. So that's coming out of New York. Obviously, that's just coming out of Mezco themselves, rather than this Fife, Washington fulfillment warehouse. But if you're somebody on the East Coast, I don't know if the East Coast orders may be shipped out of the New York warehouse as well. If you got Red Death or Mosquatch, let me know in the chat if it's shipping out of Fife or New York for you, just to kind of get a gauge for how these things are going. I see Kevin is in the chat. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. What's up, Kevin? Yeah, we'll chat next week, man, or maybe in the DMs after this. But so now that Conan is processing, the charging, period will basically be today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then the shipping will start. So hopefully by end of this week, maybe early next week, people will actually have the Conan in hand, and we can start seeing, whether the wait was worth it or not. A whole year and a half. And then once all that finishes, hopefully Michael Keaton Batman will be soon after. I don't know if the DC stuff necessarily all comes from the same warehouse as the Frazetta stuff. It could just be like licensed versus non-licensed factory, not necessarily like just a DC factory, just a Frazetta factory, whatever. But if that's the case, if all this stuff is flowing kind of how I'm saying here, hopefully after Michael Keaton, if and when he finishes processing and shipping, Constantine will be next because he's basically the last one in this window. And then talking about the Rumble Society stuff, obviously Mosquatch, Red Death, Nocturnal, we've got them now in hand. Once everyone has Mosquatch and that finishes, what would be, or I guess Black Skulls would be next after that. So once Black Skulls finish processing, that's when I'm thinking we'll see either the Casino La Cucaracha box or Captain Nemo ship. I'm thinking the La Cucaracha box will be first, just because it's more on the tail. We're on the tail end of that window already. It says September to October. By the time Mosquatch and Black Skulls finish, that should be end of October. So hopefully we'll see movement on the Casino La Cucaracha box then. And then once that finishes, we'll see the Captain Nemo. Because it would be weird if we got the fall box before the summer box or the summer exclusive, So yeah, hopefully, again, once Black Skulls finish processing as they are right now, people get that second wave in hand. Next up to that, it's going to be Casino La Cucaracha. I'm thinking, we'll probably see Captain Nemo right after that. And he, I put new on here on the graphic. I really mean that he's new to this page, to this graphic that I made. So he wasn't previously in there, and so I think it was worth putting him in his own little window there, just so nobody thinks that I missed anything. Because the last time I made this graphic, I actually forgot about Wolverine. So we'll get towards the tail end of all of this. Another new one added is the Black Mold edition of Mosquatch, which is in that September to November window, along with Wolverine. But right now we're in this October window, right? So that's kind of split between this whole section right here. So once maybe Constantine finishes, maybe we'll see Morbius and Mr. Freeze see some movement after that. You kind of see the flow I'm going. Like once the Rumble Society stuff starts moving, you can start moving the queue up of that, and then all the licensed stuff to follow in its own kind of separate or concurrent order. So the only real thing to worry about towards the tail end of the year here is that Predator got delayed 1 month. He basically got moved from this window, November to January, as he was in the last shipping update we did in August. He was here in November to January. Now he's been moved to December to February. So he just basically got moved back 1 window, not a big deal. And then added to that window, another pre-order added since then, which even though it's going up kind of late this year, I made the comment when it first went up, like, oh, we might actually see it towards the end of this year. Like when we first saw those images of it in the teasers, it was like an in-hand prototype already. So it seemed like it was more ready for production. Now that they put it up for pre-order, it's up for December to February of next year. So we might see it December. More likely we'll see it towards maybe the tail end of that window if everything goes like kind of in order here, if you will. I didn't really arrange them in that way, but you have to imagine that him being one of the later pre-orders added to that window, everything coming before him, or everything up for pre-order before him, will hopefully ship before the newly added thing, because then you can make the argument, I don't care about this 2099 Spider-Man because I'm still waiting for my Death Dealer. So you can make that argument with anything. It's a simple Mad Lib, really. All right. So that takes us to the end of this year into the beginning of next. The tail end of this window is February of next year. And that's kind of where I'd stopped it last time because I really only wanted to worry about the immediate future. But there's so much stuff that has been added since then, and people were asking what's going on with next year that I went ahead and made another one leading us into next year. So this is where it gets heavy, all right? Because January to March, I did not realize was so stacked. All right, January to March, we got the Snyder set. We got Gotham by Gaslight Batman. We got Destro, Ultraman, and 79 Alien. I mean, woof, like, that's more than anything in the other one. There was more, even though there's a lot of overlaps in each of these windows, you could say these 5 right here, 6 are together, but I would say, like, added into the same window kind of makes it feel like it's a little bit heavier. So we got 5 in the same shipping window where we only had 3 last year. So January to March, I imagine as we get closer to these dates, it's going to see a bit of a shift. Some stuff will move into February, April. Some stuff will move into March, May. Who knows? I imagine that Alien, being that he's been put up for like relatively soon in comparison to like when we first saw him to when the pre-order is to when the estimated arrival date is, you have to imagine Alien is like, I don't know, they're pretty confident that they have it done because it took a while to get that pre-order done. But it could fall under that same category of Michael Keaton Batman, where they're working with an unfamiliar material, a new medium, the seamless rubber suit. So it'll, of course, take a little bit longer, even though they might have felt good about the date originally. So if we see Alien January to March, I would be very impressed. But I imagine if stuff is going to get pushed back, Alien would be the first to get pushed back. Snyder, I think pretty much they got it in the can, almost ready to go. They've had that Flash prototype for years, so I think that one will probably hold firm in that window. I could see Destro getting pushed back just for licensing, for whatever. And then everything else, we got February to April, just 2 things so far, which is Solomon Kane, the Monster Hunter guy from Victorian times or Puritan times, or whatever it was, and the Fantastic Four box set, due to hit February to April. So I guess we'll have that like a nice, hopefully like a nice 8 months, 6 to 8 months before the Sentinel, before that Galactus actually hits us. So we'll have some time to enjoy that. Maybe that's a little more. Maybe it's like 4 to 8 months before we see the Galactus drop. Either way, it's going to be great to have that Fantastic Four set. How am I going to get a Galactus, though? Maybe I'll end up trading my Sentinel for a Galactus. Wouldn't that be quite a rub? Either way, Fantastic Four set's going to be really, really good. And then the only thing in the March through May window, again, just a little bit of overlap here. We're going from February to April, and now another window of March, May, but then that same March through May window has an April to May estimated arrival date for the Black Skull's Death Brigade, so the Death Brokers edition. And then I just went ahead and put them into 2 categories just to make it easier. Ships March through May for the Crow. Yeah, I mean, that feels like right, for another basically standard release, coming around let's say 7 to 9 months after the pre-order seems right. Hopefully it's one that's on a buck that they're familiar with, maybe even the same one as Solomon Kane. The tooling on that can get done quick and they can get it out the door on time. Not a lot of delays in terms of new materials and stuff like maybe we've seen with Michael Keaton or even Conan, which I've heard was one of the big hiccups with that dude. All right, and then April to May, like I said, we got the Death Brokers, the 3-pack of the Black Skulls and the suits. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I love the guns. I love the briefcase and everything. So that'll be really sick to have. Basically, like a year after the Casino La Cucaracha, or 6 months after the Casino La Cucaracha box. So, it's gonna be a while to have Gomez there without his enemies to fight, his goons, to populate the display. But cool. We'll just make some regular Black Skull's Death Brigade work for us in the meantime. And then in the May through July window, this is the farthest. This is the tail end. There is no pre-order in the 112 Collective that goes beyond this window. They're only giving us up until July. I think it'll probably be, if they have any pre-order coming up, it could exceed this window. But as of anything that they've announced so far, this is the farthest forward into the future. We are looking into May to July of 2022 here. And with that, we got Superman Man of Steel edition, the 2.0, let's say, in the big steel box and the light up features on the head. the Superman we've all been waiting for to hopefully go with that. I'm going to go ahead and call him Caped Crusader Batman. You heard it here. If he is called Caped Crusader Edition, this is where you heard it. But yeah, if we see that blue Batman in the 2-pack with Two-Face, pretty soon, I would imagine we end up getting him in hand before this Superman. So once everybody has that Batman, the anticipation for the Superman is going to go up even higher, you know? Finally, a Trunks classic blue, Adam West goofy grin Batman, and then we'll get a Superman to go with him eventually. So going to be really cool. And then finally, another G.I. Joe. Weirdly an exclusive. I don't understand why this one was made an exclusive, but there you go. Roadblock. You know, I understand if they maybe wanted to even throw in the apron. That I think would have been worthy of the exclusive sticker here. But with no apron, I think regular release. I'm not Mezco though. And the chef hat, of course, the chef hat with the apron. But either way, he's an exclusive. He's I think the second G.I. Joe figure so far to have been up for pre-order. We know Firefly is waiting in the wings, but no pre-order yet. So he'll probably be next because they're going Cobra Joe, Cobra to be Firefly, and then whoever the next Joe is. Who do we want it to be? I think everybody wants it to be Snake Eyes. I think they'll hold off on Snake Eyes until they can sell enough of the Death Adder from the Hazard Squad, since he won the fan vote. I imagine he's well underway in production already. A lot of that same tooling is going to go to Snake Eyes anyway, or vice versa even, who knows. But now that we're getting that Death Adder, I think they want to get that out first and then let that live and sit for a little bit before they put up a Snake Eyes pre-order, just to, I know it's smart to take advantage, not take advantage, that sounds bad, but it is smart to go ahead and cater, let's say, to the impatient people who just want the Snake Eyes body anyway and are just going to put a head cast that they've already had to replace their superior, you know, classified series one, or even use the classified series head on one of these Mezco bodies, and turn your Death Adder into a Snake Eyes, and then a couple months down the line, go ahead and put out Snake Eyes anyway. I think we see a couple more, maybe 1 or 2 more Joe releases before he is put up as the pre-order, and that's including Roadblock here. So we'll probably see Roadblock, Firefly is next, another Joe, another Cobra, and then Snake Eyes. I wouldn't even be surprised, given their propensity for multi-packs lately, and I think this is all thanks to Paige, you know, enemy of free speech, the toy Paige. He, I think, got it in his ear in that interview that people do want multi-packs. We hadn't really seen one as far as Rumble Society since the Pink Skull's Death Brigade, but Death Brokers returned to form as far as that goes, and I think maybe that kind of bled over into a lot of the other packs. Like, yes, Ghostbusters and Warriors and a lot of that stuff makes sense. But as far as like team packs, like full team packs, like the Power Rangers, the Snyder set, maybe even a Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow 2-pack, again, given this propensity, I think it might be thanks to Mr. Page that we are starting to see more of these multi-packs. Whether that's good or bad, hey, you can throw a smoke all at him. He's the one who did it. I'm just pointing out that maybe there was a... I mean, there's definitely a correlation, right? And that could mean anything, even causation, you know? So something to think about there. But that takes us to the end of the shipping calendar here. The farthest, once again, is May to July 2022. So well into the middle of next year is when you can expect these pre-orders. I mean, as things go, this will probably be closer to August even. Maybe we'll see that this Superman might come out just in time for next year's Superman Day, which I believe is in August. So, hey, that's pretty much it. That's all I really had for you guys tonight, because again, we're in another, we had our big con storm, and now we're in a nice little calm before the next one, which, given it's basically the end of the con season, I know New York Comic Con is wrapping up, right now this weekend. Ooh, don't delete that. I know New York Comic Con just wrapped up this weekend, and next, I think a week from this weekend, so next weekend, another way to say that, we are going to have the Hasbro Pulse Con. So that really takes us, I think, to the end of the con season. So I think we've basically seen as much as we've seen from Mezco themselves for the end of this year. As far as new stuff, I think everything we'll see in terms of pre-orders and drops is all stuff that we currently have teases or reveals or announcements for. we're just waiting for that drop date. Like I said, Firefly is still waiting in the wings. There's a couple things in there from Toys Fair that I can think of off the top of my head that have not been up for pre-order yet that we're still waiting for. The 18-inch Grub was like #1 priority, top of the head for some reason. He's still not up. So with that unexplained absence, I can only imagine that there's a lot of stuff we're still gonna see before anything new gets announced. We've seen all the new stuff basically until the end of the year. So, I mean, if you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, now is the time to get into it. Super chats if you have something incredibly pressing that I need to absolutely take attention to, or if you just want to be nice and buy a cup of coffee for your boy, that's 100% acceptable as well. Appreciate that very much. Again, this is the viewer appreciation episode, I think is what we went with. So I'm going to go ahead and backtrack real quick, see what we all were saying about the shipping calendar discussion. If you guys have anything I need to reiterate, do let me know. We'll get to it in a moment here. So we got Trevor McGuire, excited for some shipping updates. I hope you have just learned how hard you're about to be hit. I don't know if it's good news or bad news. That's for you to figure out. But yeah, it's going to be, I think there's 25 pre-orders or something that we have so far. And that's basically everything on the graphic. That's including all the stuff that we, I guess, already have in hand. So about 25, less than 25. But here, Henrock NYC, a regular. What's up, dude? Good to have you here. What's good indeed? The stream's been good. I appreciate everyone being here and participating. Thank you so much. Ricardo Martinez, you got your Red Death, you got your Mosquatch, and your confirmation that the Black Skull's converted from waitlist to pre-order. Wondering about that Batman, though. If you talk about that Caped Crusader Batman, then with the Two-Face and the Two-Face 2-pack, you can. I don't want to lead anyone astray. You guys are my flock, and I don't want to shepherd you astray, but I think it's coming soon. I think it's coming pretty soon. I think my suggestion would be to stay liquid for that. We're looking at, at least 150 at the very least. I'm thinking 175. We'll see. Stay liquid, my friends. I need to get a shirt that says that. Instead of stay thirsty, I need to say stay liquid. All right. New shirt idea. If you guys would be down for that, that would be, I can make that happen. Stay liquid, my friends. But yes, congrats, Ricardo Martinez. You are about to get it. How many Black Skulls are you getting though? And congrats on the conversion. So you waitlisted the Black Skulls and they're converting. So that's what I mean by processing. During this processing period, conversions, from the waitlist and full charges for people who only put deposits down with a credit card are all processing. So that's what processing means. It also includes waitlist conversions. Mickey B collects Black Skull's Death Brigade figure. Waitlist pre-order just converted too. That's awesome. So if you just got the one, congrats to you. He's an army builder, but just you're lucky to get one even. I mean, he's just a great figure, and we'll talk about why he's an all-time great of this year so far in an upcoming video I got. Edwin Perez, what's good, everyone? You're good, man. Thanks for joining us. Nightwing X, what's up, Fabio? Happy Monday, brother. Happy Monday indeed, brother. Appreciate you being here, Nightwing. Susioni, what's up, man? B. Rivera, what's up, dude? Jason Pereira, Mezco boys in the house. What's up, dude? Not just the Mezco boys, the Mezstradami, dude. The predictors, the shapers, really, the progenitors of the Mezco future. We manifest the future right here, dude. It's happening. You'll see. Everything I say, of course, is gospel. KJ, what's up, dude? What's up, KJ in the house? That's right, dude. I appreciate the use of umlauts there. That is sophisticated stuff, man. Thanks for joining me. KJ, again, another one of the all-time greats. I gotta get you back on here, dude. We gotta do a catch-up here because it's been crazy. Maybe when the Snyder set that we just talked about starts getting in hand. I think maybe that's a long time since, but I think that would be the perfect, full circle inclusion to have you there. Carter Martinez, yes, Normal Society shirt shipped as well. I use my points on it, so I just had to pay the $9.50 shipping on it, which is ridiculous for sure, but whatever. I guess I'm all the way in California, and it's not shipping from Fife, Washington. It's shipping from New York, but $9.50 for a stupid shirt in a mailer. I don't think that's, whatever. I'm salty. I got the shirt for free, but $9.50 shipping. Come on, brother. I would have been okay with anything less than $9.50. Not Price is Right rules. $9.49, I would have been equally pissed. Jason Pereira, yes, that's right. Nostradamus and Mezco are in the house. That's right, in the building. I'm reloading. What's up, dude? Shout out to the shit Mercari seller that canceled my order today. They relisted for a higher price. Third time this has happened to me on Mercari. That should get you banned. Yeah, dude, that's not cool. And I've seen that. I think people, they'll relist for a low price looking for bites just to kind of like see if there's a market for it. And then when they decide it's too low, they go ahead and do what just happened to you. So yeah, that sucks, man. What Mezco figure was it? Was it a Mezco figure? Is that why you're saying it here? But yeah, Devilish Genius is here. The other like Redditor here, always beating me to the links. What's up, dude? Good to have you. Says I got your Doc Knock and Mosquatch today, but you got to say Mosquatch is a little disappointing. I'm again kind of waiting to reserve judgment. I know what I'm expecting. I know what I'm getting into. I just really having the King Kong figure and everything. I kind of want to do the side by side and want to see how, even though it's the same buck, how much the flocking really affects the articulation. Obviously it does, but I need to really see for myself. Does it feel nice on the hands at least? Does he have a nice scent to him? Did you get like an air freshener vibe off of it? I don't know. Maybe that's where the most of the engineering went, is to how to get it to smell nice out of package. Or does it just smell like silica gel? I don't know. Just a Pereira, can't wait for Red Death and Mosquatch. Me neither. It's funny that we got the regular Mosquatch and Red Death Doc Turtle at like the same time, when we basically got the wrong Mosquatch to go with him. People would have been pissed if we got the black one first. Rightfully, I think. Toying around, also giving a big congrats to Prime to the first. Once again, a big congrats to Prime of the Enablers. I think you guys just did an episode last week or something, so that was cool. Congrats to the Enablers, just getting people to spend absurd amounts of money on toys. Shout out to Toying Around up there in Toronto, or no, I'm saying that wrong. It's Toronto. Yeah, there you go. Congrats to Prime once again. Yeah, man. I guess you're going to be able to enable some people on these Mezco contests. Hey, it's worth entering, you guys. Might as well do it. Does that add to his total score? I think I see a technicality that might expose a flaw in your system, Kevin. Maybe need to investigate that. Trevor McGuire, FedEx has been struggling hard in my neighborhood. That's right, dude. I was due to get my Mosquatch on, I think, Friday, yeah. And usually that means like, oh, it won't be coming today, but we'll just ninja drop it on your doorstep the next day, no matter, even if we say it's Tuesday, it'll still be there on Saturday. We just won't tell you. And that didn't happen. That's what happened with my Sentinel, but with this Mosquatch, it didn't. I don't know what's going on. I can never get a consistent experience with my FedEx, I think. It's annoying. I'm literally like the day of an actual package drop, I have to, like, it's not even for the lulz. It's not even for the meme. Yes, Pablo Escobar, like waiting around in his empty pool, looking out his windows. Hilarious. But I actually have to do that because at any moment, this package could just arrive. And these dogs, I mean, we have a little convalescent home for dogs. So their senses are not what they used to be. They cannot alert us to intruders unless the doorbell goes off. They're going crazy for sure. But they can't hear if somebody just approaches the door and like mishandles and drops a package. You had one job, dogs, and usually they're not very good at letting us know. No, I did not say 21st. It's Prime to the 1st. Oh, I see what you meant. Yeah, 21st. Yeah, it'll be next week. Yeah. I got you, fam. Anyone got that red Sonya to go with their Conan? Ooh, the Fison Toys one, KJ? Or not Fison, what are they called now? Basically Fison, but the seamless female bodies. They've done the red Sonya. They've done like Purgatory. They've done a Queen of Vampires that I had been looking at. It's not really too crazy sticking out at me, but yeah, if it is that, it's a good figure to go with that Conan. Hopefully they end up doing their own version of a red Sonya. I think they can definitely have some fun with it, but I don't know how the scale is. I know those are like a little more true 1/6. Maybe it's okay because she's female. Like it might scale just a little bit better, but I'm curious to see it. I think aesthetically it would throw me off a little bit, just because Conan, even though he has joints, they're integrated as well as they could be on a nude Mezco body. But he's got all that texturing, all the scarring, all that crazy stuff on his body. There's probably going to be a wash on there. It's going to be all like tan and stuff. And then these Fison bodies just don't have any of that. They're super, super smooth. So I think aesthetically it would be on the level of like, photographing clothed figures with soft goods versus regular painted plastic figures. In my mind, it would be hard to reconcile them together. But if I see a Red Sonya review that convinces me otherwise, maybe I'll be eating my hat on one of these, my tinfoil hat on one of these streams one point. But if you're in, I mean, I think it's worth the investment to find out for sure, KJ. Jamie Waylock, you just want your Gomez, dude. I know. We've been waiting forever for the Casino La Cucaracha set. I want that Pink Skulls Playhouse or whatever it's called from the 5 point set. I want that. That's going to be really cool to just have on display with the regular Pink Skulls. I'm waiting on that as well. And, there's a Gomez in that box and, whatever. But the deck of cards, I'm going to show up to my poker night being like, yo, check out what I got, guys. So that's all the stuff I'm really waiting for. But Gomez would be very cool as well. I am also waiting for it. As I said in the breakdown here of the shipping calendar, let me pull that back up for you guys, just so we don't get it confused. I know you got to say things 3 times for people to like really absorb the information, so we'll just do a quick refresher course right here. Yes, the Casino La Cucaracha box is in this window. We are currently in the window for it, September to October. We are now, mid-October right now. We're almost to mid-October. So I think we've got basically 2 weeks until we see this box in this window. And I think now that the Black Skulls are processing right here, I think we'll see those, the Casino La Cucaracha boxes, start to process and ship after the Black Skulls, given that it's kind of going in order of like Red Death, Doc Nocturnal, then the Mosquatch. Now we're processing the Black Skulls Death Brigade, and then the next thing on the Rumble Society queue, because again, as we talked about earlier, they do this in different factories. All the licensed stuff goes through 1, maybe 2 factories. I'm going to say 1. I don't know. This is how I'm assuming. I don't know any of this. This is just how things work generally, and it would explain why we've gotten so much Rumble Society stuff as a steady flow, while some of the licensed stuff has been kind of delayed, because one factory doing all the licensed stuff operates on 1 queue, Rumble Society stuff, and needs to go through, licensor approval and all that stuff. Mezco, they are the licensor. They can approve it at any point. This other factory can just keep things flowing. So if that holds true, then Red Death, Doc Nocturnal ships. Then Mosquatch is now finishing shipping, has finished shipping. People are getting it in hand. The Black Skulls are processing now. Once that finishes processing and shipping, the next thing on the Rumble Society queue would be the Casino La Cucaracha box. So hopefully, once again, after these Black Skulls, we will see that. If it's true, you know where you heard it, big boy. Just a quick little refresher there. Coming back to these comments, I lost my place here. Yes, Jamie, you just want your Gomez. You will get it. Trevor McGuire, so yours is coming from Fife. Okay, so it looks like most people are getting, just from reading everybody, I won't bore everybody with the minutia, but I'm thinking it seems like everything for the shipment of Mosquatch and Doc Nocturnal Red Death is coming out of Fife, Washington. Thank you for commenting that and laying down the numbers. I appreciate that, so that we can get some real data collection here. I'm just trying to gather everybody's data, and at least I'm telling you about it, though. So it seems like Red Death and Mosquatch are shipping out of Fife, Washington, just like mine did. So that's its own thing. My Rumble Society shirt shipped out of New York, so I should see that by the end of this week as well. JLY9 is asking, what about Freeze? Great question. So coming back to the calendar here, Conan, processing and shipping. Everything I just said about the Rumble Society shipping queue, i.e. Doc Knock, Mosquatch, Black Salt, Death Brigade, Curly processing, that finishes. Next up is Casino La Cucaracha, that finishes. Next up is Captain Nemo, just based on order, right? If the same is true and they have the licensed warehouse, now that Conan is processing and shipping, that factory, that shipment fulfillment warehouse, wherever it's coming from, it's starting to process that Conan. The next thing in the queue after that, given time, given the order of things, how long it's been, could be Batman, could be Constantine, because that's what's due at the end of this window, which is October, right? Freeze is at the beginning of the October window because he's estimated for October to December. So this is the stuff on the left right here that is for the end of this October window. So that's the stuff that I think we're going to see most likely. Given that Freeze has this range and October is only the beginning of that range, I think it'll be a minute before we see him. It could be Morbius that comes before him. It could be Freeze comes before Morbius. Who's to say? We just need to wait until... It doesn't seem like it's going to be shipping in October, just because there's at least 2 licensed things in the end of October window. So it makes sense to me that it'll be a November thing, which is still in that October to December range, but that's why they gave you a range, because it could be October, could be November, could be or December. So I'm thinking Batman, Constantine, and the next after that will either be Morbius or Freeze. Or, I mean, technically, Wolverine is due for September to November too. So given that October is like, this is like weird, Venn diagram math you got to do in your head. Because if it seems like Wolverine, if October is the second month in its 3-month window, then he is a higher priority of coming out than Freeze, who is in October to December, and October being its first month in the range, as opposed to Wolverine being in its second month in the range. So you have to figure Wolverine, just based on that, may come first. Maybe even Mosquatch. Mosquatch could probably be coming after Nemo, after the Casino La Cucaracha box. So again, this is all just because I'm thinking, because of the flow of things, because of this Rumble Society stuff still not getting shipping delays or licensor delays, has its own factory. All the licensed stuff has its own factory, and they come out at different times. And when one queue starts moving, then we can start breaking down the actual windows of time and the month ranges that they give us to see what might be on higher priority as far as coming out first or second. So that's why I think Batman and Constantine are kind of a toss-up, given that Batman is just a longer pre-order in general. It's been almost 2 years on him, longer than Conan even, and we're seeing Conan first. So that even right there throws everything into a loop, because even though Batman is first, is the longest pre-order in this end of October window that we're currently in, Conan is seeing movement first, even though his pre-order was, I think, end of January of 2020 or 2019 even. No. Yeah, 2019. No, that can't be. I don't even remember. Whatever. It's been a long time, but either way, it was in the same month, but Batman was earlier in that month. Conan was later in that same month. So by that logic, you would have to think, oh, Batman's probably going to ship first because he was on pre-order first. But no, he's jumping the line. Conan is coming out first. He's processing now. So we don't even know if Constantine or Batman will be first. We just know that both of them are in this end of October window currently as it stands. So either or both of them are due to come out any moment now, probably before Freeze, who again is at the beginning of his range in October. Man, I don't mean to retread the same spiel I gave earlier, but man, you got me going, brother. So I hope that clears it up for you, JLY9. That's what about Freeze. It seems like everybody is getting their stuff from Fife. Yeah, that would be Trevor. So you can drive to Fife in an hour, and you wish you could just go pick your stuff up. Yeah, I feel that. That would be nice. I feel like a lot of people in New York probably have the same thing. Like maybe they wish Mezco had like a layaway or a takeout, a to-go window or something, and people could just pull up and pick up their Mezco orders and save on shipping. Hey, if that works, I mean, they could save a lot of money. Or I mean, I guess they could still make the same amount of money, but how would that work? Maybe that's just stupid. A to-go window for Mezco toys. What are we talking about here? Okay, let's move on. Kevin Johnson, or I'm sorry, it jumped down. Sorry about that. I will get to your super chat. I appreciate you, KJ. I appreciate you so much. I will get to you. But Jeremy is already saying hello. What's up, dude? What's up, Jeremy? Good to have you here, man. So KJ, with a little $5 super chat, a PSL for Fabster. What are the chances the Power Ranger set is $400 or less? Would it be worth not paying a deluxe price? $400 for Power Rangers is not going to happen. And thank you once again for the $5 super chat. I will definitely get a pumpkin spice latte with that. I appreciate that. It took me a sec to figure out what PSL was, but a little pumpkin spice action for your boy. Maybe I'm sweet enough already, but I might even add a little bit of sugar on that just to really go crazy. It's the fall, we're getting cozy. Thank you, KJ. What are the chances Power Ranger set is 400? I don't think it's going to happen, dude. I don't think we're seeing it for less than 450. It's definitely not going to be less than Fantastic Four. There's no way it's less than Fantastic Four. So 400 was already like an automatic no for me, just because Fantastic Four was 420. How much more than Fantastic Four? That's a conversation worth having. I'm thinking the minimum lowest possible end, 450. Because you are getting that Herbie figure in there. So if they don't give you that, if they just give you the 5 Mezco 112 collective figures, no little pack-in figures, a lot of accessories, all that, okay, 450. You get that bundle pricing, because that's, as I talked about during the Mezcon episode, the benefit to getting these multi-packs, like the 5-pack of Power Rangers, like the 4 Ghostbusters in one go, whatever. The benefit is that it's supposed to bring the overall cost of each figure down. Like you're getting, it's a gift pack, it's a multi-pack, and it, kind of should feel like you're getting a little more bang for your buck. That's why even on the ACA podcast, as much as we roasted the dude and questioned how good this is to the fan base that went out and did the driving to get all these Robins, questionable of a decision is it to go ahead and give you the Batman Who Laughs and the 3 Robins in one set for $40. That's an incredible value. And I'm only throwing the question out there because it's such an incredible value. That's half the price of those at retail, because the Batman Who Laughs is one figure for $20, and then the 3 Robins, $20 each. That's $80. and you're getting all that for 40 in one gift pack. That's nuts. Todd, I think you're actually off your rocker, bud. But I think that plays into what I'm thinking as far as, yeah, the overall cost of putting these in a multi-pack, I think should bring the cost down. So I'm thinking that's why at the minimum, like Power Rangers for $450, that makes them what, like 85 each or something? We ran the numbers last time. I won't do it again. But, you know, that makes sense. Now, if we're bringing the overall price of the brand back up, and $95 is the standard price for Mezco figures, and that goes up $40. Now we're looking at a $490 set. Here I am crunching numbers. 490, I think, is my, I think I said it even, maybe 475. 475 is my closest without going over Price is Right guess. Okay. I think the actual price, maybe 490. The extreme price that is like, wow, you guys really went there. I mean, that's the price. We're going to have to pay it, I guess. But I think the extreme top end price that I would imagine for that Power Rangers is 520. So to answer your question, the chances of it being 400, slim to none. Optimistically, the lowest end, 450. The range I'm hoping for that seems correct, 475, no more than 490. Extreme top end price, 520. I mean, that would just be oof. And I know we're only talking in like $20, $30 increments here, but it counts in a big purchase like this. You know, we can save anything we can. If we can use points on it, that would be, if it's not exclusive and we can use points on it, that would be huge. That would be actually very huge. So remains to be seen as far as that goes. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. Thank you once again for the $5 super chat, KJ. Would it be worth not paying a deluxe price? And by that, do you mean like they come with less, like they come with fewer figures? Elaborate on what not deluxe price means. Like if you're talking again standard retail price of a Mezco, 85 on a bare bones thing like Black Skull's Death Brigade, 95 on a standard release, non-deluxe box set, non-deluxe edition, non-exclusive. Solomon Kane was an exclusive. What am I thinking of? Gotham by Gaslight Joker, I think, was 95. No, he was exclusive. What's a recent $95 Mezco? You know, just a $95 standard release. You know, that seems to be up maybe 90. So if that's what you're talking about with a not deluxe price, each one of them being about that price still brings it under 500, which is what we're looking for. But if we're talking deluxe price, like 110 to 120 each figure, we're looking at a $600 set, brother. That's a bit much. So I don't think so. Would it be worth not paying that? Yeah, it's always worth not paying something. You know, you use that money for something else. I can think of something to do with $500. I can buy 500 top ramens, you know, at the 99. I'll never go through them in a lifetime. So I'll just have all these ramen forever. That's a lot of sodium, dude. And I'm salty enough already over some stuff I talked about earlier. But anyway, we're getting off track. Once again, thank you, KJ. We're buds, so I'm lingering. Ricardo Martinez, thank you so much, dude, with a $10 super chat, dude. That's very generous. Thank you so much. Do I think the Murder Hornets will come with the regular Krieg helmets or the one in the comics with a visor as well as wings? I mean, to really make it worth it, and thank you once again, yeah. To make it worth it, yeah, they'd have to be different. There's no way, like, the backlash, to go ahead and reuse that term. The outrage, I think, the justified, really, at that point, outrage that people would have if it's the same Krieg helmet, but painted yellow and no wings, yeah, that would be egregiously lazy on Mezco's part. They can't just have, like, put them in media, depicted in such a way. It would be like if you know, we got all those Doc Nocturnal comics, and then Doc Nocturnal came out, and he's just, like, a dude in a mustache. Where's the skull face? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they would do that. So I think they kind of knew that would be the banger, you know, as far as the Krieg. Save the best for last on that one. Throw some wings on it. Throw the different visor on it. Yeah, it might even make the other ones look weak in comparison, just because, like, oh, they could have done this with the other Krieg. You know, what a disappointment. I wouldn't imagine. They probably will come with the wings, and I imagine the way that they do it is the same little backpack slot thing that slides out for the holster in the back for the rifle. I think that probably comes off, and then, you know, you put the wings on instead. So, yeah, hopefully we'll see that Krieg very soon. Sorry about the dog. He's getting excited about something. But, yeah, hopefully we'll see Krieg Murder Hornets very soon. Another one, they're just kind of waiting in the wings. Finger guns. Waiting in the wings to come out very soon. destined, I imagine, for a Slugfest drop. Just we'll wake up. I mean, what's today? Monday. Could see it happening on a Tuesday, but more than likely, like on a Wednesday, Slugfest will slide into the emails and just call us a lug nut as he does, and it'll be like, hey, check out this new Krieg Murder Hornets. Also, it's a 2-pack. Also, here's 10% off because I'm so generous that way on the crypto cog codes. Do I want it to be a 2-pack? I don't know. It would be dumb if it isn't a 2-pack and it's limited to 1 per person again. Like that one, would hurt just because they are. But would it hurt? Like I've only had one of the other Kriegs so far. The ones that make sense where they make sense. But I'm not someone with the 5 pale drivers. I'm not someone with 5 blood force. So I'm not exactly like, oh, I have to stick to the lore accuracy right now. So I think I would be okay with just 1 yellow murder hornet Krieg. But for anyone, speaking for anyone who might not think that way, who is sticking to the lore accuracy, who given their first opportunity to attain lore accuracy, if you will, in a 2-pack for these murder hornet, then it would be kind of stupid to like make it a single pack and then make it 1 per person, because then you're encouraging that trading. Yes, some people went as far as to do it with the blood force and the pale hornets, and those were limited. Well, the pale drivers, I should say, were 1 per person. So that's one that was like, wow, it's exclusive. It's 1 per person. This is one that's going to be really tough to get accuracy from. But the blood force, you could order 2. So it's not inconceivable that some people, got multiple orders of 2 and got close. There was someone early on who had the 5 blood force. Even though it was an overseas exclusive, it was still more allowed to buy per person, and even more if you go to the store itself. So anyone overseas had a great opportunity to go ahead and be accurate with their blood force. But me, given that I haven't been so far, I'd be okay with the 1 murder hornet. But for anyone who does want to just go ahead and, given the first opportunity to get him in 1 go, anyone who wants that, I'm pulling for you. Hopefully it's not a 2-pack so that I can just get 1, but that they let you buy 2 per person at least. That would be fair. Especially because maybe they can just send back a lot of those black Spartan Kriegs that they just had left over and go ahead and paint them yellow and add the new accessories. Why not? If they couldn't sell them solo anymore, then it might as well be worth it to send them back to Formula. Back to Formula. Edwin Perez Jr., what's up, man? You got 4 Black Skulls coming. Super hyped. Awesome, man. Congrats to you. Paul Maynard says, any news on the crew of the Captain Nemo? Another one. Again, waiting in the wings to just come out at any point. Could be a multi-pack. Again, Mr. Page could have gotten into Mez's ear and thinks maybe now these multi-packs for the army builders, for the accessory characters, let's say, maybe he thinks they're now worth it to do it in a multi-pack. So maybe we'll see a 2-pack, maybe we'll see a 4-pack for the crew. Is there any news about it? No, but it's still up in the air. The only thing to know about it is that it's possible that it exists. There's a link out there that's been data mined, but there is no page. There is no indication as to when and if and where it will come out, at what point, in what form. We just know that it seems like they exist. There's a link that exists, like a hyperlink to the page that takes you to a not active listing, but it's out there. People want it, so I imagine we'll see it. Is there news as to its impending arrival? No, not at the moment. Just know that it's just one of those things that's out there waiting. Let's see. 89. Captain McKay Random is here. What's up, dude? If 89 Batman turns out to be awesome, I want to see Mezco tackle the Keaton Returns costume. I always love that look. Yeah, me too, man. I actually like the return suit a lot more. I'd be okay with them revisiting it a little bit later. I don't know if following up with this Batman would be the smartest thing, given how long the other one took. I think it might be smart for them to space it out, and if they are going to do other characters from Batman, 1989, or Batman Returns, give us those secondary characters first, the villains, whatever, and then come back and revisit Returns Batman and get it out to us in a timely fashion. Now that they've nailed the rubber suit technology or whatever. So yeah, I would love to see it as well, but I think following up this one immediately with it might not be the move. Let's see. I'm going back. I'm going to try to get everybody's comments, even if I got to linger here for however long. You guys can always keep me here as long as you want by keeping those super chats coming in. But if if we're out of comments and I get to the end of it and there's no more, then you guys are done. Then the viewer appreciation is over. But allow me the opportunity to show you my appreciation by keeping those comments flowing. We'll stay, man. All right. Adam McKay random. How they haven't done an actual Adam West Batman is mind-boggling. They'd be the perfect company for a 66 Batman line. I'm 100% agree with you. And now that there's another company doing like essentially 6-inch Batman figures, even the figure themselves suck. They have a whole set. They have the Batmobile that's horribly undersized, but I still have the Mattel one, so I'm cool. I'm speaking strictly selfishly here. I would love to see them do it because there is a means and a way, and I already have things that would go with that, and there's a way for me to get more through McFarlane and all that stuff. So yeah, I would 100% love to see them do 66 Batman. I would get a couple because I would want to give one to my uncle. I want to give him the McFarlane ones too because he actually knows McFarlane as a company. My uncle Nino down in Mexico, but he's got the Mattel ones, and I'd love to give him the McFarlane ones, which is a company he's familiar with, and then give him the Mezco one and just be like, unbiased. Who's the best? Come on, let me hear it. I know the answer. But yeah, that would be cool. That would be the dream, is to kind of show the progression of the 66 Batman line from, the Mattel stuff, which was, fine, I guess, for its time. It was in the shadow of DC Universe Classics, a lot of that kind of engineering and ugly joints and stuff. And then McFarlane just, with just whatever they got going on over there. Those figures don't look great. Unmasked heads don't look great either. And the accessories do. Somehow they've done that Batcave set, and again that Batmobile that's undersized, but if you don't have one, it's a 66 Batmobile, perfect, either the background or to kind of fudge into your 6-inch display. So to his credit, he's killing all that stuff. It's just a shame that the figures themselves are not great. It's just a treat for those of us who maybe still had the Mattel stuff, or we'll make it work with anything Mezco might hit us with. That Caped Crusader set, again, I'm calling it that. I'm calling that it's going to be called that. That Caped Crusader Batman set with Two-Face, I think will go perfectly. Regardless of it being specifically an Adam West Batman or not, I think the Adam West accessories will go really, really cool with that. And I still have the old Bat computer from that Mattel set as well, so that would be really sick to go ahead and incorporate. Would finally stop sitting in storage and be added to the display. But you're right. I mean, Adam West Batman. I mean, it makes sense. Hopefully they'll do it. We're gonna get As always, let's just get Keaton out there first, and then we can talk about any other cinematic Batmans. We still got another Batfleck due, so yes. Trevor McGuire says they're going to give us a legit Storm Shadow before Classified at this rate. You're not wrong, dude. We might actually see that. Mickey B also holding out for that Storm Shadow. I mean, yeah, they got to sell that movie one, They got to sell you on the ones from the mobile app or whatever it is. Dragon Eyes 69, leave my toys alone. I will. What's up, Fabster? Came to check out your stream. Great info, because I'm definitely waiting on my Casino La Cucaracha box for real. First Gomez I've purchased direct from Mezco. Awesome. So not the first one that you've had, just the first one you've gotten direct. So this is your first time experiencing this weird, like, con exclusive box wait, where yes, the con is exciting. Oh, we get these reveals, we get the pre-order drop. Oh, it's so cool. You will get the exclusive in 3 months. What? Excuse me? And I think obviously this is all a consequence of all the COVID delays and everything that's going on. But either way, it's a little weird to be getting the con box like so long after the con. Like we're well into the next con, and we're getting the one from the previous one. That's what happened with the fall box from last year. In the or was it the summer? No, it was the fall box with the bodega. So the bodega box showed up like after I think the Toys Fair box, even maybe around the same time, depending on where it shipped out of and where you live. But yeah, we got the Toys Fair in February box before we got the fall Mezco Con box in the previous October. So yeah, it's weird, but hey, welcome to the club, boy. We have t-shirts. Look, there's t-shirts. We got all kinds of shirts. They're on pre-order or they're on waitlist now, but there's the Rumble Society shirt. If you're trying to gear up, you know what I mean? But yeah, welcome to the channel, man. Thanks for joining us here. Appreciate you, sharing your experience, because I love when we get some new converts over to the Mezco bandwagon over here. Jeremy is saying, between Mezco, Hot Toys, and my first Prime 1 statue this season is killing me, dude. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, this is, again, I say it all the time, I'm glad I don't really branch out too much and collect a lot of other stuff, because when this all these shipping delays are industry wide. That means every company is dealing with this. So yes, I'm waiting for my Conan and my Batman and all this stuff too. But imagine waiting for that and waiting for everything coming from Hasbro and their con exclusives and everything coming from Hot Toys, which is of course expensive as well, and everything coming from every company. It's just all of it is going to hit at once. It's going to be a very expensive Christmas. So my regards to you, Jeremy. You have my sympathies. You'll be all right, bud. We'll bounce back. We always do. Right-clicking gaming, you're catching up. You're saying Arsenal for sure. Yes, Mezco Monday's winner. Should pick that Arsenal. I think that's a great pick. Let's see. Scrolling back down, getting to as many people's comments as possible. Ooh, Trevor McGuire. Anyone see the new third-party ninjas coming out with the soft goods? Yeah, I think I might. I'll mention them. I don't want to talk too much about them, but they do look good. If you can remind me. Oh, they're right here at the front, it seems like. V-Toys. V-Toys is doing the 6-inch. I will pull it up on the screen share right now. Yeah, V-Toys is doing these 6-inch ninjas, which, similar, kind of familiar design. They look pretty cool. I mean, the soft goods ninja market has exploded, ever since CJ, so it makes sense for other companies to be doing it. We get a lot of stuff that we see with a lot of ninja figures. These look good. If you are just trying to army build ninjas, this is probably a cheaper route than trying to backtrack for any Mezco ninjas. But yeah, the black one, definitely interesting for sure. V-Toys, I think 6-inch plus are the ones that did that Punisher a little bit ago. It sounds familiar. I know they did a Punisher set. The V-Toys, I actually got my V-Toys body coming in, so I'm pretty stoked for that. It's shipping out of China, so I'll have it in a few weeks, I think. But I ordered from 5K Toys my first blank V-Toys body, so I think these are going to be on a slimmer buck than the one I'm getting. But either way, I'm excited to try out the V-Toys body. I'm going to kind of kit bash my Terminator back onto it and make him a little buffer because my original Terminator broke. It happens. Trevor McGuire, you think they should sell the Murder Hornets as a 2-pack, dude? You're trying to ruin me, huh? Because I think I kind of just want one, If I haven't been trying to get the other ones correct, I'm not trying to go ahead and start with the Murder Hornets and then feel like I got to go back and get the other ones. But, I think a lot of people would try to offload their second one. So there could be some good secondary trading for that one. And Dragon Eyes, on the Power Ranger set, your final answer is $4.95. All right, we'll lock that in. We'll remember that, and then we'll revisit it when the pre-order actually goes up, and we'll see who won The Price is Right, who's going on to the Showcase Showdown. Kevin Johnson, yeah, KJ, you're thinking that the $4.75 is fair for that whole set. $400, a little optimistic. You know what I mean? Like generous, even like charitable. That's $400. There's no way we're getting 5 Power Rangers for $400. It's just not going to happen. But oh yeah, as far as these ninjas, Trevor, yeah, the white one could be a pretty good Storm Shadow to go with your Death Adder, which you're for sure getting before Storm Shadow, before Snake Eyes. Trevor McGuire, yeah, you agree with Edwin, perfect army builders, but yeah, that would be tough. We have a big season, there's a lot of individual figures to go ahead and buy. It's tough to justify army builders, even cool ones like these ninjas. It's just oof, I could buy 2, but then sell them to buy something else. It's tough to, with all this name brand, license stuff coming around. This is a tough time for third-party people to start getting into the game. They got to wait for these lulls. So now that the holiday season's coming around, every company is ramping up production, ramping up releases and pre-orders and stuff. So it's tough for the little guy to go ahead and squeeze in there, Let's see, getting into some more comments here. Gonna re-release Blood Force and Pale Drivers, you think, huh, Trevor? I don't know. Let's see. that would be interesting. I don't know that it made sense for them to re-release the Black Krieg, the Black Spartan, just because I don't think that the con box maybe sold as much as they wanted it to, or given that they had more crypto cogs. I don't know if the second time they did the crypto cogs individually, it was leftovers from the con boxes that didn't sell, or if it was a new run. I know the third time it was supposedly a new run, they mined more or whatever. But as far as the Krieg, I don't know. It makes sense for the black one to have been re-released because, again, I think there was a lot of leftovers. But I don't know. Blood Force and white, the Pale Drivers, I don't know. They're too exclusive. I think those are under the category of something maybe not quite White Skull Agent, but maybe Crimson Gomez status of off-color variant or palette swap variant made in a lower production count. It makes sense. I don't know that it would make a lot of sense to see them again. Ooh, TJB with an interesting one. Is anyone back in the 112 Garage Cyberpunk vehicle? I saw that. Maybe I'll try to pull it up here as well. I don't like to pull up too much stuff, but I did see this. It looks crazy, and again, also falls into the category of like, how is anyone gonna like pay for this while there's all this other like licensed goods coming out? Like, it's tough for a third party thing to squeeze in there like that. Untitled Garage Cyberpunk. I'm seeing it. I'm just getting a lot of like the game. I know what you're talking about, but I'm just trying to get a. Oh, here we go. Found it. Here we go. Trying to get a visual aid going here. It is loading. Oh, there's no products. Never mind. Well, this is what it looked like. Saw this. This is the one you're talking about, right, TJ? I did see this. Why is there no listing for it? You go on here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's $35 pre-order. How much is it total? I think it was like 500 or something, right? This is crazy. Full detail. Let's see. Oh yes, with some nondescript Batman. Oh, it's not just any cyberpunk vehicle. Of course, that's what it is. No wonder. 58 units left in stock. $35 pre-order. What's the total though? 45 shipping. It doesn't give the full price. They're making you fall in love with the idea first. I think this is like a crowdfunded thing, right? Like they're only making it if it's early bird. I don't know. I got to do more research on this. I have seen it. My reaction is that it's dope. I just don't know how much I can squeeze it in, as great of an idea as it is. I might have to make some room in my heart for this, honestly. And shipping pretty soon, November to December 2021. So, man, if they're as accurate as Mezco or more accurate, maybe we'll actually see it before year's end. So you do have to back it, you're saying. Okay. Interesting. 35 pre-order. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. We'll see. I got to do more research. But yeah, this looks dope. Either way, I see what they're doing. This looks fantastic. Donald Favors, any word on the Mezco Firefly? As I said, no, there's no word on it. We just know it's probably going to be the next one, the next G.I. Joe pre-order, because first one was Destro, and then we had Roadblock, and we know they're doing Cobra Joe, so on. So the next one is going to be a Cobra. The one we've seen so far is Firefly. It makes sense for him to be next. After that, who knows what the next Joe will be? Maybe Scarlet, maybe Duke. Definitely not Snake Eyes. We're not going to see Snake Eyes for a while. We got to make sure we get that Death Adder into people's hands first, of course. So yeah, the news on it is that it's probably the next one, but that's all really there is to say about Firefly. Yeah, KJ, V-Toy is really catching your attention too. Figure Zero both looks great. Cyberpunk Robin en route. Yeah, that I slept on that Cyberpunk Robin. I tried to get one from Ageless Geeks or something, but I think they'd sold out. But yeah, it looks really dope. And even though that's not technically the vehicle that goes with, or the figure that goes with the vehicle I just showed, Cyberpunk stuff is really in vogue right now. Noni M. Will Power Rangers have unmasked like the recent Super 7? Yeah, the Super 7 Wave 2 Power Rangers, I think, went up today, right? And they have, with the Pink Ranger and the Red Ranger, they have unmasked heads for both the characters, the actors that played those characters. So that's really interesting. And I think I think they're really trying to make Mezco show their hand on there. Like, I know Mezco got a lot of attention picking up the Power Rangers license, and now that Super 7 has it too, obviously they're pulling out all the stops to turn heads their way, especially because the Ultimates format from Super 7 isn't always the most highly regarded, just because aesthetically they're very stylized and their articulation's not necessarily the greatest. A lot like Mezco, they're made a certain designer way, which makes sense for them, and they do some really cool stuff with it. But those unmasked heads and a lot of the monsters like really got people turning their heads toward that, especially away from Lightning Collection. Will they go as deep as Lightning Collection? Maybe. Probably just take them a lot longer. But yeah, with the Super 7 stuff, I'm definitely looking at that Rita. I'm definitely looking at that King Sphinx, because again, suddenly I'm thinking I'm going to have a Power Rangers collection because Mezco's doing them. So yeah, really up in the air whether Mezco now, they're going to have to up the ante. They're going to have to raise the stakes a little bit. It's like, ooh, Super 7 showing the two heads for Kat and Kimberly on the Pink Ranger. All right, not only are we going to do that, we, Mezco, I see your multiple actors, interchangeable heads for the same Ranger, and I raise you combinable weapons to make the crazy super weapon that they make, which I clearly know the name of. Kevin, you're in the chat. Help me out. What's it called? But yeah, I think that'll be a good way. If it wasn't already in the works, I think it's got Mezco thinking at this point. Maybe they'll even just show the digital sculpt of it when the thing goes up for pre-order. If it's not in a state at that point that it's completely ready to show, they can do like they did with the Punk Joker, the Clown Prince of Crime, and just show like the digital render of the head sculpt, photographed with the regular figure that's like the full prototype. So it's something they've done before. If it's something that they want to do a late game edition of, yeah, they could definitely do that by the pre-order. It might end up delaying. Maybe it won't add too much to the production time of the overall set. But if it's something that they don't already have in the works, it's something they can like start to get the ball rolling on and have something to show us when the pre-order actually goes up. So I'm hoping to see it for sure. I would really like them to go all out like that, especially because, again, it's a multi-pack. You want to feel like you're getting your money's worth, even if it is a lot. Michael Vlad is here. What's up, Michael? Good to have you here. Another ATKM fam joining us. Appreciate you being here, dude. So excited to see the charge for your black skulls this morning, and shirt shipped an hour later. So pumped that I'm not just a Mezco PO collector and actually getting some in hand. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I'll have that shirt by the end of this week. But as we say, when someone hasn't seen a movie that you know and love, you're in for a treat, Michael Vlad. You're gonna love those black skulls. I'm curious to see what kind of kit bashes you'll want to do with them. Like if you want to do any swaps with them and make your own characters, you're a simple head swap away from doing a good Red Hood. Add a jacket onto him, and you can do some pretty cool stuff with that blank Black Skull's body. Or you can just have them beating up your Vapor. Whatever. They can be the man that's trying to keep Vapor down. You know what I mean? Ricardo Martinez with a shockingly low bid, $420 for Power Rangers. Nice. First of all, nice, but I don't know, man. That's so low. We got the Fantastic Four for $420 plus Herbie. You really think that 5 Power Rangers is that same price? I don't know, man. Just a whole nother new 112 figure, a whole other additional 112 figure on top of that. I think we're easily looking at $450, but that's a very low. If we're going Prices Right rules as we like to, $420. That's the low end bid. That the next shithead contestant is just like $421. Like it's. Anything higher is closer to the actual number. Sorry, Ricardo. Let's see. Noni M with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Noni M. One of the OGs right here, man. Thank you so much. When do I think Dick Tracy will go up for sale? So he was up in February. That was when we got the reveal for him at Toys Fair. So we're still, there's still a few things from Toys Fair that I mentioned earlier that we're still waiting on. Firefly, I think, was part of that. So, it's still possible that we'll get a pre-order by the end of the year, but given that there's so much stuff, ahead of him and at the same time, as far as like shipping stuff, I think it'll depend on how many slots for like more pre-orders Mezco has leading into the next year, before they start making new ones. They have a lot of stuff to fulfill, whether they want to start adding onto that pile or get things moving first, get everything out, and then start adding, refresh the pile, if you will. So I think it'll be a little bit before we see Dick Tracy. We only saw like 2 like super close-up images of it. We don't know what state really those prototypes are in, if how much Photoshop was on those. There's obviously some, but we got very like small looks at the figure, so we don't really know how deep into production the prototype is and everything. So I think that one's still a ways off. I think it's likely we'll see Firefly first to bring it back around again. Ooh, yeah, Vindicator with the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider. I did see that. Let me find it real quick. Who posted about that? Somebody had that. We're all just gonna look through my Instagram feed until I find it. But I did see that. It's a Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider figure that looks fantastic. There it is. Hell yeah. Pun intended. Yeah, this looks fantastic. This is an actual, like, from the movie Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, 1/12 scale soft goods. Third party. Who is this from? PW Toys. Okay, I know PW Toys. So they've done a few, and it's interesting they're actually including one, but they've done a few of these, like, kind of like TW Toys, like 1/12 scale, 12 world sets. So now both of these companies have all done individual figures, but now they're giving you the figure and motorcycle and base set. So this is cool. I mean, I'm definitely interested. Will we get this before the Mezco Ghost Rider? We'll see. When is this scheduled? Q1 2022. So that's kind of the interesting thing about these third-party pre-orders, that they tend to have their shipping windows like pretty soon. Like, they don't really put up stuff for pre-order until it's like ready to go. All we got to do left is like make them. Like the figure is done. We just got to like make the numbers and ship them. So I think we'll see this pretty accurately to that time window there. Yeah, this looks really good. I'm definitely interested. I'm wondering who I should get this from. Maybe 5K Toys. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we're working on some sponsorship behind the scenes, and I can get this through somebody that I know now. So yeah, let's figure out where I can get this, because I'm definitely interested. And of course, getting it in hand to do the Mezco comparison will be invaluable. Yeah, this looks really good. Head sculpt, I don't know about the skull one so much. I like the Nicolas Cage one and that terrible haircut he had in that movie, but not so sure about the skull one. Maybe it'll look better. I do like the flame though. It looks good, but I don't know about the skull itself. It looks a little cartoony. I don't know. I wish they'd done like the Spirit of Vengeance version with all like the charring and everything on the leather. Maybe that's a little too tough to pull off in soft goods. Either way, this looks really good. Definitely interested. If I should get it for the channel, yeah, maybe I will. Trevor Maguire, Ghost Rider looks good. Thought it was the Mezco when you first saw it. Okay, yeah, I can see the confusion for sure. Mezco one it definitely has less spikes than the Mezco one. A lot of people were complaining like, "Oh, the Mezco one doesn't have enough spikes. It's not really Ghost Rider. He's not edgy enough." I'm like, well, it's like a early Ghost Rider, not like the stunt suit, but like not 90s like edgelord Ghost Rider, just like normal motorcycle guy. It would be like if the Terminator had spikes on his jacket. Like, well, it's not really a real biker jacket. That's just 90s edge cheese, like taken to the max. But it doesn't get more edge and cheese than a Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, I guess. Yeah, definitely interested. And Mr. William with the final Power Rangers guess, 425 to 450. Okay, 450 is my kind of low end guess. So you're at the high end of that guess. So we'll see. We'll run the numbers and we'll tally back when we actually have the pre-order go up. But in any case, that's going to bring us to the end of the show here. We basically just went over all the shipping updates. I won't go over it again because it's too much. Go back, watch the replay. Appreciate everybody who's here live for the Q&A and everything. Thank you so much for the super chats. Everybody contributing to the show. This was a little light on topics today, but I'm glad we were able to make up for it and even go a little bit over with everybody's great comments and topics and questions. So thank you all so much for helping carry the show. Hope you guys are all doing all right. And yeah, I mean, I guess next week is just going to be another. I don't know. It's really not a lot going on, so we're gonna have to figure out if we can get a guest on here or something. I got something cooking. I'm trying to bury the lead a little bit, but next week I think we'll have something really cool for you guys. All right, thank you all so much for joining me. It's been another great episode, another Mezco Mondays. Beautiful, shining bright as always, and thank you all so much for joining me for another Fabster Live. We will catch you next time.